Welcome, Impactful Parents. It's time for the Impactful Parenting Podcast, where I give you parenting tips and resources to make you a more impactful parent to your school-age child. I am your host, Kristina Campos. Be one step ahead of their kids to turn their chaos into connection with their adolescent. I'm a mom of four, a teacher that's taught every grade from preschool through high school, and today I help moms and dads like yourself to navigate that exhausting, confusing, frustrating, but rewarding world of parenting. So welcome to the Impactful Parent. And today I have a special guest. Her name is Maria Gallucci. And Maria is the author of Raised in Silence and a proud CODA, which is Child of Deaf Adult. She was born into a world without any sound, and she learned to interpret for her parents by the age of 5 and later navigated the challenges of becoming a single mom at age 16. So today she uses her unique upbringing to help others master the art of inclusive communication. Now, Maria wants to teach parents that you don't need to perfectly understand your child's world, whether you're navigating a new identity for them or facing bullying or withdrawing into silence, but to make them feel safe and seen. So, drawing on her life experiences, Maria is going to teach us that true connection isn't about having the perfect vocabulary. It's about the willingness just to try. So I'm so excited to have her on the Impactful Parent stage today to talk so much about this. Let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for being here, Maria. You became a single mom at 16, and then shortly after growing up as the voice of your deaf parents. Tell me about that. How did those experiences shape your view on being resilient and how your parents today can help their own teenagers build that kind of grit and independence for themselves?
Exactly. I feel like it shaped my communication because I had to navigate being able to communicate as a young age. And so I feel like it showed me more empathy and compassion and learning to just show up for people when you do communicate with them.
And more of your background story is that your son came out as gay when he was just 12 years old. And you've shared that your immediate response to him was simply, okay, I love you. What do you need? Oh my goodness. Can I say how much I love this? Thank you so much for that response, because so many parents don't know what to say. And I have whole videos on that somewhere, in the Impactful Parent app if anyone's interested in listening to this. But I love this response that you gave. So how can parents cultivate that kind of trust so their teens feel safe sharing their authentic selves, even when they are afraid?
I feel like all of us just want to be our authentic selves. So I feel like us as parents need to give them their space to feel like they're safe with us. And I think it's very important to listen to them and hear that their words instead of trying to think what your comments are going to come back at. And I think just being open and open mind to them makes a huge difference in their life if they feel like they're being seen and heard.
And you also even have a book about this. And I'm diving in because I want, as we go through this interview, to people to be interested in this interesting life that you have and so much that you have learned that you can share with our audience as a great resource. And your book is called Deaf Gain and Learning to Listen with Your Whole Body. So, how can hearing parents apply these nonverbal communication skills to reconnect with a silent teenager who's actually stopped talking to them? Because can I tell you, holy cow, this happens all the time, right? We have our teenagers and they just withdraw over some time, and it's scary. I've been there myself. You don't know if it's a bad day. You don't know if it's a bad month, if this is just teenager behavior, if something more serious is actually going on. So I'd love to hear your insight on what did you learn from this?
So I wrote the book "Raised in Silence," and that's the name of the book. And I think I wrote it to have people be more aware and be more inclusive. So I feel like when the kids aren't talking to us, it's because they don't feel. I mean, all the kids always have moods, and because they're teenagers, and we know that. But I feel like they don't feel like they have the space to they feel like we're going to judge them, and they're going to get in trouble, to where even that the counselor, because Adrian came out when he was 12, and even the counselor has said that I was lucky that he felt like he was able to come to me, because a lot of kids don't. So I think it's just making them feel like it's okay, that you can talk to me, and I'm here for you, and I'm here to listen.
And I love the title of your book, Raised in Silence. It's so powerful. For parents who feel they have, on the other side of this, a talkative relationship with their teen, what do you think are some hidden silences that actually might be missing?
Body language and expressions, and like the quiet spaces in between. I think you could feel, because in sign language we're very like emotional, and we use our hands, obviously, and then our body language. So I think it's very important to look at their body language and their eyes, and just feel like what they're feeling.
I think that's hard too. We like to listen to words so much more
Mhm.
than behaviors. And behaviors and how we express ourselves with our body say so much more. And yet, I don't know, we always get caught up on words, and it's kind of silly of us as humans.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like we're always like hearing, and then when you're in the deaf culture, you don't have that. So you're taught to like look at facial expressions, body language. Like even to this day, I can't talk to somebody with sunglasses, because I have to actually like see their eyes, so I can feel what they're feeling, and feel their energy.
I'd like to know that from your experience, what's the difference between a teen who's quiet and a teen who is silenced by their environment and their internal struggles?
I feel like if they're like silent, then there's something wrong. Because they're and I think that it's okay to ask, is everything okay? It's okay to check in with the child, but I think making them feel like that they're able to be open with you is huge, because a lot of teenagers internalize everything, and just feel like, oh, you're my mom and dad, I can't talk to you about that. But if you tell them that it's okay, like I'm not going to judge you, and if you just sit back and just listen to them, because a lot of times I feel like we're always thinking about the next thing that we're going to say, instead of actually listening to them. So if we just put our whole heart into it, and just actually hear what they're saying.
And many parents take the approach of wanting to fix everything.
Mhm.
They
Me
want,
too. I am so bad at that.
it's that fix it mentality. We can't help it. So again, we're going back to, we're hearing our kids' words and we want to fix things. How did that approach impact you? And what should we be doing instead of making our kids feel, so that they can feel safe and they can feel vulnerable to be with us? It's very lucky, like you said, that your son came to you. So you're doing something right. So instead of this fix it mentality that we're trying to get away from, we want to listen, we want to hear what they say, we want to internalize, we want to empathize with our kid. What should we be doing instead so that we can
I
act
know.
better and
And
feel
even
safer?
now, I still do it even now. And Rian will say, Mom, like, I just want you to listen. So then I just have to just try to be quiet, like just sit on my hands and just try to listen. But I feel like, in that aspect, because I'm so bad at that, because we do as parent want to just fix everything, and then I just try to look at it from his perspective, or the child's perspective. So they're like trying to communicate with us, and so I just have to like quiet my mind, and just like say, okay, mom, just don't try to fix it, just listen to what he's saying, and then I'll ask, well, is there anything I can do to help the situation?
And I like that you're asking them instead of just spitting out advice, that a lot of times the kids don't want to hear. Because again, they're actually not
Mhm.
looking for you to fix anything. They just need to vent. Now, in your book, you talk about the masks that adolescents wear. So, how can a parent look past the I'm fine or the eye rolls to see their child is actually struggling underneath.
That's hard because I hurt as a parent and as a mom, and especially when the children are hurting and you see that they're struggling. But I think that it's okay to let them know that you're struggling as well. Like you feel sad for them, and I think that that makes it better for them because they know that they're not alone in the feelings that they're feeling. That we're there with them. Like we feel you, and we're there for you.
If you could give a parent the advice, and I ask this every show, to be the most impactful parent that you can be, relating to the topic of my speaker, yours, yours, we're talking about so many different things. It's about reading your kids. It's about really listening. It's about growing up in this environment that you've had this amazing story that's taught you so much about being able to look beyond words and accept your son and a lot of different things in your life, which is great. So I hope people go and read things. So if you're trying to be the most impactful parent, my question is to you, how do I go beyond the words and really read my kid's body language? What am I looking for, specifically, that I think most people don't see because we hear, we don't see it in front of us.
I think the best like advice would be to be present. Put your phone down while you're talking to them. Like be fully present while you're with them. And I think their face tells a lot. Like the expressions, the emotion. You like if their heads down, like that means something's wrong. So I feel like looking at their actual facial expressions and their body language of mostly their head, I think makes a huge difference in knowing whether or not like they're upset or like depressed or things like that. I think it's very very important to watch what their expressions are while you're talking to them, but always be fully present. Like don't have your phone there and ask if everything's okay.
And a lot of parents carry a lot of heavy burden and guilt
Hmm.
around this kind of stuff, feeling like they should have known, when their child was going through something. They should have seen this coming. I'd love to know that based on your journey, what would you say to a parent who's feeling that way? That's feeling like I've missed the signs.
I know because I struggled a lot with that because he was cutting and everything, and I didn't even know that. And so but I missed the signs because I saw that he was like depressed, and I saw that he like was wearing long sleeved sweatshirts. That's a tall tell sign. Like if they're wearing long sleeve sweatshirts in the summer, and so I had that guilt for doing that, but I think that you want them to be okay, and you think that oh they'll be okay. They're just going through something. But my advice would be don't ask what's wrong because I made that mistake for sure. So I was just very very lucky that he felt comfortable enough to me at 12 years old to come out.
Now, if people are resonating with what we're saying, I want them to be able to come to you, see what you have to offer. So tell us more about what you do and what can the audience approach if they're looking at this and they're like, yes, I want to hear her story. Where would they go? What do you offer for them?
So I'm a real estate agent for like clear communication. So I do all walks of life. I do the LGBTQ plus community because they feel safe because they know that I'm an ally, and then I do the deaf and hard of hearing and also all the other um, like hearing people as well. And so they can get a hold of me at galluccihomes.com. And then the book I wrote has its own website, and that's raised-in-silence.com.
And if we were to look at Raised in Silence, where is it sold? And like, what would we expect?
So I am Amazon's number one bestseller, and so it's on all book platforms. It's on Barnes and Noble, Amazon. So you could go to any of the book Google, Apple, all of that, and then the audio version should be released hopefully next week.
Oh, great, really soon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what would we find inside? What kind of things are we looking for? Is it mainly your story? Is it a memoir?
It's more than just a memoir because it's about anybody who feels different, and to know that just because you're different, and it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect when you're trying with people. It just means that you just have to give that effort to just try, because one act of kindness can change an entire day for someone. And so it gives tips, and it gives how to communicate better throughout all different communities.
Thank you for listening today. Remember to subscribe and share this podcast with a friend. And don't forget, the Impactful Parenting Podcast is an extension of the Impactful Parent community. Go to the Impactful Parent website and download the free Impactful Parent app so you don't miss a parenting tip that can help you and your family. Thanks for listening today. So go to theimpactfulparent.com and see you next episode.